Hey everyone, welcome back to another Painting with Jay. This is long overdue. As always, my name is Jay. And in this video, I want to paint my boss Snikrot model. I'm going to be painting him up today, getting him all done to go with those commandos that I finished a little while ago. He's a really cool model, so I'm just going to get started. He's already, primed up, and I can't wait to get as much done in this Painting with Jay as possible. As always, a huge shout out to Cody Rue and Adam. You missed a spot. Yes. So let's get started on this week's Painting with Jay. Hey everyone, so I'm back. As I said, today I'm going to be painting Snikrot. I gotta have a leader for all those commandos that I painted a little while ago. Sorry, it's been so long. My computer's toast. I think it's the RAM. I did a diagnostic on it. Yeah. I think my RAM's already getting up or something. I don't know. That's okay. So my computer's toast, so I got a new computer. I finally bit the bullet after so long, and I bought myself a Mac Mini. I've been wanting to switch to a Mac for a while. I think it'd be fun. I did PC for so long, and so I have a Mac. I just got to learn how to really use it, and I don't have any good software on it yet. That's okay. So luckily I did back up all of my video making stuff. So let's start painting Snikrot. As I said, I'll start talking about that, but yeah. So I'm back. I'm going to make some videos in the near future. I have a bunch of content that's filmed. I really just got to edit it. I just got to learn how to edit on the Mac. So of course we're going to start with some orc flesh. So the reason why I'm going to go dark on this is because I'm going to go straight from the pot. I just noticed that Snikrot usually has darker orc flesh. And so, because I did the two different tones of orc flesh for my commandos, and I'm going to actually make a video comparing those two colors, but I decided to go darker for him, because he seems to, the color scheme I see on all the photos, it really does go with the orc flesh toned, not the striking scorpion, or mantis, whatever, flesh. So, yeah. So today I'm just going to paint and get as far as I can, talk about life, and go from there. But the great thing about contrast paints, and I've said this time and time and time again, is the fact that an hour in contrast paint mode goes a long way. You know, he's perfect. He's only zenithalled before this video was even started, and by the end of the video, I'm hoping to have all the base colors started. It'll take a little bit of time to dry, but we'll just see. We'll get as far as we can, and we'll go from there. Yeah. I love the Snikrot model. So yeah, it's been too long. It's been about a month. I did a video series of just documenting my miniature of the day painting challenge, which was a lot of fun. I like these YouTube shorts. They're fun. They take only a couple seconds to film and edit and upload. Obviously, they're not going to, give me tons of views, but that's okay. I'm not in this for the tons of views, right? I just like making videos and talking with the community, and that's why I'm back with Painting with Jay, of course. I said I have a bunch of content that I really wanted to edit. Once I get a software. For those of you who do who use Macs, please leave comments in the comment section down below of what you recommend. I think I'm going to go try Final Cut Pro. It's what my friend Chris Bello from formerly Miniwargamer as well. I think he uses Final Cut Pro. The benefit of Final Cut Pro is it looks like it's a very good software. It's just you pay a larger amount up front than I used to use Adobe. But the thing is about Adobe is a subscription. So in the end, you pay a lot more for Adobe. Yeah. Yeah. So, the great thing about the color scheme that I'm going to use for Snikrot is just the same exact color scheme that I'm going to use, that I used for my commandos. Keep it nice and simple, and that way it's easy, and yeah, I can kind of just paint this model blindly. It's basically just a larger commando, right? So obviously I wanted to match the commandos. Makes sense. So the new mission cards are going to come out soon. Can't wait to try out the new missions. Hopefully orcs will be good. That's all I'm hoping. You know, it'd be nice if orcs were good. It happened last time that the orcs were good for like 15 minutes when they first came out, when the codex came out. And then, of course, they came out coincided with, their release coincided with the release of the new missions, and then they were like, ooh, then they got nerfed, and they go, whoa, and then really, like, you know, hit hard with the nerf hammer when the new mission came out. Yeah. But look at that. First step done. One color in. Look at that. So, I'm just going to knock this down. Cool. One color down. Let's go blue. So next I'm going to paint the pants with the Thalassar blue. Great color. Thalassar blue. I was going to say Thalassar blue. So yeah, I'm thinking of going Adobe. Right now I have just the cheap software. I really do want to get back into video making, just for fun. Maybe I'll see if I can get my painting channel, my YouTube channel remonetized. I don't know if I care too much. I didn't make a whole lot on it. I like making videos. I like, you know, meeting with the community. That's the key. So, we'll see. So the great thing about this is you can kind of just slap paint on it, right? With, I'm going a little careful. Here we go. That's going to be metallic, metallic, metallics, metallic, backpack. I guess I'll go backpack for my other standard colors. And then the belts. And then the skulls. Cool. There's not a whole lot on this guy. As I said, he's more of just he's a bigger commando. So next I'll do the backpack. For the backpack, I'm going to use a thinned down swamp color. Yeah. I might need some more contrast medium in the near future. There we go. Nope, that's my... Where's my contrast medium? Blizzard. Blizzard, blizzard. One medium, two medium. I should have prepared more. That's okay. So, I need my... First off, I need my... With snakebite leather. I will need that for the next color. There we go. Sewer. So I'm going to use Garrick's Sewer. And... Oh, there we go. Put it somewhere. Nope. It's not medium. Contrast medium. There we go. I'm losing my mind today. That's okay. So I'm just going to thin it down a little bit. medium. Contrast medium. There we go. My new contrast medium. Yeah, I hope everything's going well for all you people out there in internet land. I've been watching a lot of sports lately. Hockey, of course, Canadian legal requirement. And of course, the Leafs are eliminated. They got eliminated yesterday. It happens every year. You can't be a Leaf fan and not expect disappointment. It's kind of a terrible pessimism, but that's what Leafs fans get to know. So that's okay. Let's paint these guys. Yeah, they got eliminated. There's only one Canadian team. Now, to be fair, they weren't expected to win the series. They were the slight underdog. We're up against a very good team, the defending Stanley Cup champions. So I'm happy that they went the distance. They went 7 games against them. I'm unhappy that the way it ended, of course, because they got their butt handed to them in the last game. They made it think that we had a chance. Got all the way to Game 7 in the second round, and lost 6-1 in the game at home. It was pretty sad. That's okay. Next year. That's what we say every year on this day. Next year. There's going to be a lot of metallic. And I use metallic as a kind of cleanup color, so I can go a little messier with some of these colors than I would normally, because I'm just going to clean up with metallics after. There we go. But as you can see, like an hour, if we just take, I don't know how long we'll actually take, but with contrast paints and a big model like this, that is really nice and a lot of area, surface area, an hour is a lot of time, it feels great. Feels great. There we go. Another color. Did I miss any spots? Adam? Listen to me. If you're out there in internet land, you missed a spot. Looking out for you, man. Good. Next color. This is fun and easy. Love it. 12 minutes in. 3 colors. 3 base colors done, obviously. But... Alright, is the green, the skin is almost dry. I'm just looking for parts that it's gonna, no, it's not gonna bleed over too much into anywhere. So yeah, let's go to the next color. I'm hoping to get as much of the base colors done on this guy before the end of the video. That would be great. And if we get that done, that's good. Let me make sure that this is in focus. It looks like it's in focus. Yeah. So, springtime has finally come where I live in Canada. Feels good. On the East Coast. Oh, by the way, I love snakebite leather. Love it. And it took a long time, it felt, for spring to hit here. And then since it's hit, it's rained every Saturday and Sunday. That's okay. That's the joke here. How do you know it's the weekend? It's raining. So I've been having to do a lot of yard work during the week to make sure it gets done for the week. Because, are those boots leather? Are they supposed to be leather? No, they're metallic. That's what I thought. Okay. So, look at that. I'm just using my beat up brush. But as you can see, it's not too hard with this. I love using contrast paints for this reason. All the belts. That's gonna use metallic. Yeah. Red. Not much new and exciting, to be honest. It's weird how, I don't know if you guys ever found this, and girls of course, sometimes in life you could just not talk to someone for like, you know, a day, a week, a month. And they're like, what's new and exciting? And you go, not much. You know, it's just life. Life continues on. And it's, I don't know, I find sometimes I get into this day-to-day, like, you know, my days blurred together. I do feel sometimes I overwork. I work a little bit too much, but it's the busy season for me. Just passed, so that's gone, which is nice. But yeah, it's kind of weird. You know, I'm trying to really enjoy my weekends and my time off. I don't want to work all the time, obviously. And so I don't. I'm intentionally enjoying life, which has been great. And it's been great, as I said. I'm just going to change brushes, paint some reds, and then the bones. I think I have a bone color. Don't I have a bone color? There's some paints that I don't really remember if I have of. I think I do. Let's take a look. Is this one? Hard leather? No. Sorry. Just gonna stick with Golem Sand. There we go. Boom. So, paint some bone tones. Get them all done. Paint some reds, silvers. Again, we're only 17 minutes in. It's insane. I love it. The key is with the contrast paints, and you're trying to speed paint a model, is just always be painting, right? ABP. Always be painting. Keep your Let's see if this works. Nope, that's clogged. Alright. Where's my handy unclogging device? It's, yeah, you know, just trying to enjoy the nice weather while we have it. It seems like there's 6 months in Canada of like fun weather, and then it's prepare for the winter again. My winter tires are going to be on again in 6 months. I know they are. I only have my winter tires, like there's years where I had my winter tires on for longer in the year than my summer tires. So, that's pretty funny, but it's true. Sad but true. You know? Yeah. I cleaned up my car, and then I promptly went golfing in the rain, and I got mud and like wet grass all over my car. Which is pretty funny. As I said, right now, just the goal is just lay down the base colors. I'll highlight up everything just in a quick fashion. My dog's barking. Yep. Sorry about that. My dog is whining and running around the house. That's okay. He's I brought him down so you can hear his pitter patter of his feet. Paint some reds. I throw in red as one of my colors on my commandos, just to throw in kind of an extra color, which is cool. Yeah. Pitter patter. That's okay. It's all gonna be silver. That actually should be. I missed a spot. I pulled an atom. Don't know what color yet I'm going to do for the necklace. I'll do that after. And then the little symbol on the backpack, I'll do red too. I didn't see this. It really just comes along so quickly when you're using contrast paints. And then I'll just start doing the highlights soon. The skin looks like it's dry. I love these painting with J's when you can sit down, you know, and after an hour, like, this guy's not tournament ready or anything, but he's come along already. Like, the amount of time I've spent, you can see, like, this is real time. And then the silvers will just really make this pop, and if I get to the silvers in time, we'll see. I just need to, I'm going to finish the skin tones quickly, and then I'll do the silvers. I said I haven't decided what color the necklaces are going to be, but I need to do the skin tones anyway before I can do the silvers. Yeah. And the rope. That's okay. Looking good. Cool. Alright, so let's do some light dry brushing. Light control dry brushing. Grab my palette. So, with that one, I really do like Warboss Green and Snikrot Green, pretty sure. Let's see. Let's get Flesh. Skarsnik Green. We have to use it. Skarsnik, right? Snikrot and Skarsnik. We have to, right? Makes sense. They're friends from work. So yeah, I really do hope that you all have had good years so far. I regret not painting as much. I've painted 35 miniatures, 36 miniatures so far, which is a good amount, you know. I've not bought any this year, so, you know, it's pure. I love the scar, the little detail of the scar in his hand. The scars for Skarsnik. I'm just going to do some light dry brushing first of Warboss Green to really pick up the details on the face. Sorry, on the model. The body here. But I hope you're having a good year so far. As I said, just a little bit here. I'm going to try to not, I'll leave most of it dark and shaded. I didn't end up going to Adepticon, as I mentioned, back in March. I didn't end up going. With what's going on between Canada and the United States, I'm going to just back off for a bit. I'm not going to get into any politics or anything. There's a new pope. That was kind of interesting. The new pope's from Chicago, I believe. That's kind of, I wouldn't have guessed, you know. He said, "Hey Jay, where do you think the new pope's going to be from?" I wouldn't have said Chicago. That's pretty funny. I thought that was cool. Wonder if my friend Ken knew him. They're about the same age. That'd be hilarious. My friend Ken knows everyone from Badger airbrushes. He'll probably end up like, "Oh yeah, the Pope was one of my friends. Sold airbrushing for popes." That's my Ken impression. From Chicago. Look at this. I love it. I love painting with contrast paints. I love this. Very cool model too. I'm wanting to paint him for a while. Then after this, I'm going to probably paint a bunch of boys. I have like 20 boys to paint. Get them all painted up. And then from there, probably... this is Skarsnik Green, by the way. In case you're keeping up with what I'm painting, just going to pick up the details that I really want to pop. You know, just really with some light dry brushing. There we go. Man, this year's different, I found, than previous years. My wife and I figure out what we want to do. Ooh, that's way too strong. Let me just whip that off a little bit. Too strong. There we go. That was not very dry. Just the top of the muscles. A little bit of texture here. And his knuckles. Really want to bring out the detail in the hand. Done. Maybe that. His abs. Really just focus on the face. Ears. Any detail you really want to stick out. There we go. Skin tones are done. Next, I'll start the oh, maybe I'll do more bone right there. Maybe that'll be like a tooth, like a spike there, and start the it's very dark, the skull tone. That's what I'm going to dry brush light, and then I'll clean up the things after. But as you saw, I typically use just my silver metallic as my cleanup color, if you will. You know, if you have a cleanup color, I typically have a cleanup color when I paint, so that if I know what is going to be, you know, overlapping, I can go a little sloppier because I know I'll be cleaning up everything when I get to the step. And to me, most of the time, the cleanup color is the metallic. So for here, I'm just going to paint. Gotta get this brush a little warm. There we go. Very. What a beautiful model. I gotta do a video on it. The Space Wolf models are going for pre-order this weekend. They are nice. I like them. I don't know if everyone else likes them, but I really do. They look awesome. I love Space Wolves. I don't collect them. I have Dark Angels, Imperial Fists, and Grey Knights. Space Wolves, though, have always been really cool. I love the Nordic, you know, look of them. The new Bjorn, and Njal, whatever, Njal, look awesome. So. Look at this. That's it. I'm only painting for 30 minutes. And it feels like this dude is most of the way there. Once you get I find once I get the skin tones done and the base colors in, it comes together really fast. That's so awesome. Love it. It's why I should make a video about this, but it's why I don't. Obviously, I will completely admit, contrast paints are not perfect for everything. They're not. But I don't like people crapping on them. I really don't. I don't like people insulting them. Because I love them. You know, these painting with J's are a testament of just how fun and easy speed painting with contrast paints could be. You know? By the end of this video, he won't, again, he's not going to be completed yet, but he will be well on his way. Like, definitely 3-color minimum. I've never played a 3-color minimum army, but tournament legal for sure. Man. Coming right along. Sorry, this year's been very different. I don't have any plans this year. My wife and I decided that we're not going to have any plans. We've had trips planned every year for the last several years, you know. And this year we don't. We don't have any plans. We're going to do a staycation during the summer. Maybe a little trip just the coast of the province, which isn't that far away, like 2 hours away. But nothing crazy. No big plans. Maybe next year we'll do a big trip. Save this year for next year. And so usually at this point in the year I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm going here, I'm doing this. And I didn't go to Adepticon, as I mentioned. Now Adepticon still, I'm hoping next year, I really do want to get next year. I just got to figure out I'll have to bite the bullet and figure out the flight situation. That was the most annoying part of it too. The flights is just so bad from here. Yeah. But I'll figure out the flights. I really want to get to Adepticon next year. Yeah. I really want to paint some bronze on this guy. The problem is I just feel like Snikrot wouldn't be a very flashy orc, you know, because he's the master of cunning. He's the sneaky guy, right? You figured he wouldn't be bright and shiny. I'm going to be toning down a lot of the silvers for that reason, because I feel like he would be very, you know, he has a lot of chains, but he wouldn't be like wearing as much gold. But yeah, I don't feel, I'm not, it's not that I'm not looking forward to the summer. I am. I love the summer. But I'm just not looking forward to anything particular. I'm going to do a staycation. Just relaxing, you know. I guess you don't have to go anywhere to have fun. That is true. I can stay home, paint. I'll have to clean up that after. But it just feels weird not having a trip planned or something. Something like that to look forward to. Oh well. I've been really busy lately trying to do stuff and things. I've been doing a lot of chores lately. Like on Friday I did an oil change on my riding lawnmower, so that way it was definitely well needed. So, for those of you who do your own oil changes, like you just, when you're cleaning out the old oil and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, it should have been done a while ago. So glad I got that done. Today I worked on the garage, tidied up a bit on the garage and organized it. You know, I'm still taking out summer stuff, putting away winter things. Clean up my car, and as I said, then I went golfing and got it stupidly dirty again. Love it. And silly. Look at that. I'm going to have to figure out what I want to do for his helmet thing. his visor, and then his necklaces, stuff. That rope. Maybe I'll put the shade on, and then I'll go from there. But as you can see, he's coming along. He'll be done this week, and I'll get on the Orc Boys. Get them done. Maybe that'll be my next painting with Jay. Maybe I'll do another 20-day painting challenge. I think I have 20 Orc Boys. Okay, what do I want to do with this little visor thing? Is it metallic too? I don't know. Could be. More dark, like black, and it's like a mask. Maybe I'll paint black, and then some silver top, pick up some details on it. Then start on all the silvers. Yep, so let's keep going. Maybe I should do a shade. Yeah, I'll do a non-oil shading of all the... It's really cool. I just did a zenithal airbrushing, and the smoke basically turned out perfect, so I'm going to leave it like that. I know it's kind of lazy, but I don't care. Looks good. Looks like smoke. Let's do this. So, just going to do a little bit of shading over all the silver areas of the model. Let that dry, and then I'll start highlighting. As I said, I love this stuff. It's just so much fun to paint, just speed paint models like this. And I know he's a character, and you want to give him some love, and I am. Like I'm gonna highlight up each color, but at the end of the day, he's an orc. I love him. He's gonna be an awesome on the tabletop. I don't actually know. I've not played this edition much at all. This edition. This last objective set, and a new one's coming out this week anyway, or going up for pre-order this week anyway. So maybe Snikrot and the Commandos will be good again. I don't really care. I'm gonna play them regardless, just because they're fun. And I just painted up 30 of them. So look at that. He is coming along. I said I haven't decided what color his necklaces are going to be or anything, but I could do that after. This guy's going to be, by the time this video is done, well on his way to being completed. A few highlight colors of this. And that's the great thing about the contrast paints, right? And the speed paints is that I use them as the 2-in-1, right? I use them for the base color and essentially the first highlight. Not first highlight, sorry, the shade. So, I might actually take some do I have any grab some of my shades. Yeah, I'm going to take some Agrex Earthshade and just throw it in a little bit into these highlights. Just to throw an extra color, especially on the feet, the shoes. It'll tint it a little browner, dirtier. Let's do that. Look at that. Like it. Maybe the belt. The chains. maybe a little muddy up the blades, wear them out a little. Good at that. I like that. We'll keep the bling chains on the wrists a little cleaner. Make this grenade. Not torpedo, the whatever that is. Good. I'm losing words today. The anchor. Make that nice and dirty. Harpoon. That was the word I was looking for. I'm going to add a couple levels of shading. The harpoon, make it look all nice and dirty. Maybe his gun. Just by adding a little extra of different shades, it really does make a good little effect. Quick and easy. Alright. Look at that. When I started this video, this guy was literally zenithal, and now way more than zenithal. Now it's time to start highlighting up. So we'll let that dry. Oh, maybe I'll do the black helmet very carefully, and then once that starts drying, I'll start doing a couple quick highlights, and then call it. Ease my way back into the painting with J's. It's been a little while. That's okay. Way too long. And I'm back. Just gotta figure out how to use my Mac. Shouldn't be too hard. As I said, please leave comments in the comment section down below. What software you'd recommend. I'm guessing I'm gonna try to, maybe I'll buy Final Cut. Right now I'll just use the basic one for now, and it's gonna be white, red, silver. Yeah, I'll tackle that after. Cool. So I'll have to do some details there. Awesome. Look at this. I'm happy with this. I'd say this is a good paint job so far. You know, for Snikrot, for this much work. And this is how you finish an army within a decent amount of time, right? You figure out what you want to do and do it. As I've said multiple times, orcs are just a fun army for me to paint. They're by far my favorite army to paint. And you can do it with a bit of planning ahead of time. You can do it well, you know. It's one of those armies you can paint pretty quickly. And have fun doing it. I'll do some minor details with the all the little details, like the necklace after, the helmet, teeth. Get that all figured out after. But let's do some highlighting. Let's start. So, start with the Caldor Sky for the pants. I usually work my way backwards, but right now that's literally what I do. So I go up to the main colors and I work my way backwards, starting with the metallics. But in this particular instance today, I don't have that luxury, just because I'm waiting for the metallics to dry. So I'm just going to pick up the pant details that I really want to shine. That. Good. So highlight up those. Caldor Sky works so well with this shade paint. Love it. Good. Look at that. One color down. Okay. Next one, the skulls. That's Wraith Bone. Just gotta figure out where my skull color paints. Screaming Skull. And Screaming Skull's there. Okay, I'll just do Screaming Skull. That had Xandri Dust somewhere. So let's just highlight up these guys. There we go. Keep them shaded there. This little teeth thing. There we go. Just try zooming out a little. Keep them in the screen. There we go. Go to that. That's better. Helps keep me in the screen a little bit better. So that highlight's done. That highlight's done. Do reds. Reds will be done and dry. Look at that. I'm just gonna do some fine details. The rope. Oh, I can pick the rope. Rope will be. Let's paint that the other green, bright green, the green, the Mantis Warrior green. I can highlight up that. So this rope will be green. Which for an orc, there's not a lot of green on this model other than the flesh tones, right? So it's okay. Create a nice little bright contrast with for the harpoon gun. There we go. Let that dry. This guy is really coming along. Let's highlight up the reds. And call it a night soon. Because got some stuff done. This is good. As I said, things are going well. I'm happy. Having a good year so far. And I hope you all are having a great year as well out there in internet land. You're slowly ridding your world of unpainted models too. After these orcs, I'm pretty much done. And then again, I have like maybe 25 Space Marine models or something like that. Not even. Cool. I might quit soon because I have to wait for the shade. The shade's going to take a little while to dry. And I hear my cat's trying to talk to me. Let's clean up just around there. I think my cat's trying to tell me something. Kind of sounded like my cat just said hello. Didn't it? I don't know if anyone heard that on internet land. Jay's cat's talking to him. Got that part done. There's a, for our cat, we have an automatic feeder that automatically feeds him at 6:30. And sometimes he thinks that if he talks to the thing, it'll give him food. So I find that sometimes he'll like to walk up to it and like talk to it. And then I think he thinks that it gives him food. Because if he mouths it long enough, it eventually will give him food. And he's like, oh, success. You know? But that's not how it works. You know? Paint that white. I'll paint those part red. Good. Alright. I'm going to call it here. But as you can see, I got some progress done on Boss Snikrot. You're turning out pretty nicely after about 40 minutes of painting. You know, I am well on my way. Probably another, half an hour or so, and he'll be done. Just got to do some highlighting, the dry brushing of the metallics, clean up his helmet thing, the necklaces, the minor details. Just get those done. Quick basing, and then he's good to go. So, overall, loving it. Great model. He'll be done, and then on to the next batch of guys. So let's end now. So that concludes another Painting with Jay. I really hope you're getting some stuff done and you are having a great spring/fall, depending on where you are in the world, and that you're reading a world of unpainted models. My cat is talking to me, I swear. Stay tuned for more Painting with Jays, where I'll keep working on my orc army and just keep going. Thank you very much, as always, for painting along with me. Leave comments in the comment section down below about how your painting projects are going, and if you have any recommendations for Apple computers and for video editing software. And I'll see you next time. So until next time, this is Jay saying happy painting with me.